y'all gonna give it to?
Go to a shop.
They taking it to parts?
Yeah, they work with expensive cars like this. So sometimes there is something useful, so they just
Use it for parts. Okay.
Hey, welcome to the channel. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any new videos. Alright, let's get into it.
How much do I pay monthly for my 2025 BMW M3 Comp? So this car, after taxes and fees and an additional $6,000 in warranties that I paid, came up to about $100,000. Now I have extremely good credit. I'm in the 800s, so I was able to get a really good deal on the interest rate. And after a really large down payment and setting myself up for the shortest yearly term so I can finish paying this car off as fast as possible, my car payment came down to $1,500 a month. Now I also have insurance, which is an additional $500 a month. In total, $2,000 a month just to keep the car. We're not even counting gas right now. Do you guys think that's justifiable?
This is getting ever more popular with people that can't afford their car payments. They just simply stop paying and wait for the repo company to come and take off with it. That's gotta be anxiety-inducing.
I'm not normally a jealous person, but when I see the videos on TikTok of the girlies, it's like the POV, you chose the 1990 to 2000, whatever, fill in the blank, little crappy car instead of the car payment. I want to get out of my car payment so badly. I don't know how. I pay $700 a month. I had to get the leather and the bucket seats. Like, I did this for what? It's not worth it. Let this be your sign. Take the car without the car payment. The joy I would feel listening to my CDs. By the way, I have CDs. This car, for whatever reason, has a CD player. So, like, I have my CDs. But, like, the joy I would feel listening to my CDs in, like, a 1990 Land Cruiser. Or, like, a 1970 Ford F-250. That's, like, my dream truck. Or, like, a little Ford Ranger Beater, 2002. This, it's not it.
I said it. I don't know why no one has said this before. If you're in the market right now looking to purchase a new car, listen up. I have been avoiding this topic for a while. I feel like this is gonna ruffle some feathers. What we're covering today is monthly payments. A lot of people just, they aren't aware, and I get it. Like, it's fine. I wasn't either when I first bought my car. I'm a salesperson at a Lexus dealership. I want to put out into the world a good cheat sheet. I tell this to all my customers. If you're looking at a $50,000 vehicle at MSRP, it's gonna be over $1,000 on your monthly payment. And a good way to gauge that is for every $10,000 on the MSRP is about a $200 increase on your monthly payment. Ergo, you're looking at a $40,000 vehicle, you're looking at an $800 payment. It's hand in hand. So if you're trying to keep your budget like around $400 or $500, you're probably looking at like a $20,000 to $25,000 vehicle. Unless you're planning on putting a lot of money down. Because if you're planning on putting a lot of money down, that completely changes things. So, I hope this helps. Thank y'all for listening. I'm here all week, here every day. Yeah, if y'all want more car tips, my name's Laura and I'm here to help.
$700. $700 is the average car payment in the United States, at least in the Northeast. And just hearing that makes me want to throw up. So I'm in search of a new car. I need like a bigger SUV than I have right now. I have the Jeep Cherokee, and I am very lucky with my car payments. I've had my car since 2020 and I pay $330 a month for my car. And just the thought of like doubling my car payment, it just, like, how did this happen? How are we paying $700 a month for a car? It's like, I can't wrap my head around it. Anyway, let me know what kind of car you drive, if you drive an SUV, and let me know your car payment in the comments, because I'm just curious to see like how many people actually pay around $700 a month for their car.
I made my first car payment yesterday, and let's talk about it. I had to get a new car. It was not a decision that I made lightly. After a lot of thought, a lot of research, and with the help of Tommy from Delivered, I got a brand new 2024 Toyota Camry. He was able to get a little bit over 10% off of this car. Tax, tag, title, you know, of course, that adds a few more $1,000, but I love her. I'm glad I got her, but I'm ready to pay her off, right? I'm so ready. I hate having a car payment. I hate it. I hate it. Before I go any farther though, if you have a car payment, what kind of car do you drive and how much is your payment? Okay, I'm nosy. I just want to know. Anyway, come along on this journey with me, because my goal is to get this car paid off in a year. If I don't get it paid off in a year, I'm going to give myself a little grace and 2 years, okay? But 2 years is the max. My APR is 3.99, and I believe I got, is it for like 48 months or 60 months? I can't remember. Either way, I want to pay this car off in less than 2 years, okay? Less than 2 years. I am so ready. I'm about to show y'all some numbers, so hang on. All right, so the other day, this is my car payment. I thought it was closer to $350, but whatever. Anyway, is $373.38. Now, I put $76.62 towards principal. This plus this came out to be a total of $450 for the month. I could have just done the $373 and been done with it. However, I just wanted to make it an even $450 so I could go ahead and put a little bit towards principal. Now, my goal is to put more towards principal every month. However, if I just do that $76 towards principal for the first few months, that is totally fine with me. But my plan is to throw, you know, $1,000 here towards principal, $1,500 there towards principal. It just depends on what our finances are looking like and just, you know, just what the bills look like that month. Will I get this car paid off if I only put $76 a month towards principal in my goal of 2 years? No, I will not. So of course I have to put more towards that, towards principal every month. However, I am determined and I will bring y'all along with me, because just like me, I know y'all are nosy. So, okay, love you, bye.
This is the way to do it. Have a steady income. Get something that you can afford and go into the car payments with a plan. If you can pay off the car and own it, that's the ultimate goal. A paid-off car is the biggest flex. If you know, you know.
Would you pay $1,400 a month on the car of your dreams? And if not, what is the most you would pay or the most you have paid and been comfortable with that? My dream car is a Tahoe. I have always wanted to have a Tahoe for many, many years now. However, I watched a video last night of a girl saying after 3 years of paying $1,400 on her $84,000 Tahoe, she bought it new at the time, she decided that it was no longer worth that and she was trading it in for something cheaper. And like when I heard her say that she was paying $1,400 a month on a car note, I just was like, no. Personally, out. I could never do that. I couldn't spend more than $1,000 a month on a car note in order for me not to be literally sick every single month when I had to pay that. Now, it'd be different if someone like has a decent large amount of money and like $1,400 was just a drop in the hat and it was no big deal. That's different. But I feel like from what I see, a lot of people who buy the very expensive trucks, the very expensive SUVs, a lot of them end up going car broke because they're obsessed with their vehicle, but now they have no extra money on sometimes even necessities. And that's not for me. That is not for me. Now, if you can afford it and still not have to struggle, that's something different. But I just can't, in today's economy especially, imagine paying $1,400 on a vehicle. I am glad for her, whoever she was, that she realized that was no longer worth it, because she said she was only paying off like $10,000 a year and she was paying thousands of dollars in interest. And I'm sorry, but at some point you just have to tap out and be like, I love that vehicle, but I'm just not that dumb. I can't lose that amount of money and interest. Just can't do it.
This is a good question. If I was making the money, I absolutely would pay $1,400 a month for the car of my dreams. I run with the idea that life is short. So you should try and experience as many things as you have access to while you can. If I did this though, I wouldn't even think about it until I had at least 2 years of payments in my savings account. Gotta have a cushion to fall back on.
Repossessions are at a record high. People can't afford their car payments. I'm at a dealer-only auction in the repo section. Let me show you guys all the repos and the variations. These are not just bad credit customers. These are good credit customers that just can't make ends meet anymore. How does this happen? This is a Capital One Mitsubishi, repossessed 2024 with 37 miles on it. Another Capital One 2025 Toyota Tundra with 163 miles on it. 2025 Kia Soul, 2,000 miles on it. These cars are selling at massive discounts here at the auction. Capital One are the 600 credit score customers. Let's go to Bank of America and see what they got. And look, all of that is Capital One, just to let you know. This is the high dollar Bank of America We Got Money group. Look, they got a Porsche repossessed. Land Rover repossessed. Big diesel truck 2024 repossessed. Here goes your G-Wagon repossessed. Bank of America repo. You pay $100,000 at the dealer for this, I can get it here at the auction for 50 grand. Porsches, Audis, big nice truck. Brand new Escalade. Those are all Bank of America repos. Over here is all Santander. Those are all Santanders. And as you can see, it's not just the poor people who are getting their cars repossessed. It's the motherfuckers who qualified for a $250,000 car. They're getting repossessed too. We're all suffering right now.
Man oh man. Repo lots are full, car dealership lots, they're full also. Something's got to give, all this inventory just sitting around that no one can afford. All I can see is a scenario where the dealerships start offering major discounts and rebates. They have to do something because they don't make money if inventory isn't getting out and staying out. Something's got to give.
In 2024, I financed a 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokee. My APR was a 25%.
Oh no!
The truck costed about $35,000, and my car note was $950. But when I initially got ready to finance, it was $1,025 or $1,050. But he told me he was able to give me a deal, and he dropped it down to $950. But he also said I can come back in 3 months, and if I pay my car note on time, which was the $950, for 3 or 4 months, I can come back and refinance. Now, me personally, I never heard of anything like that, but I went on and took his word because I needed a vehicle. Now, when I first walked in the dealership, I wasn't trying to buy a vehicle. I just wanted to, drive one around and just get the feel of a new vehicle. But I ended up leaving a lot with one. At the time, I had just paid off my credit card, and my credit score was about a 6 something. So it still was low, so I should have waited. So that was on me. I'm going to take that L. When I say I love the vehicle, it was like a 28th edition or something like that. I kept it for about a month. In the second week, I was like, I can't afford this. Like, I had to pay $400 to even get my insurance on the vehicle, and then it was going to be $256 a month. So from my car note and my insurance, that would have been $1,200 a month. I really should have followed my first thoughts and went to the lady I was going to go to before, but I was too impatient. I just needed a vehicle. So I still ended up getting another vehicle that same within like a month. And this the vehicle I got now. So my APR is a 16%. My car note is $699.39 a month. And when I got it, it was like 26 or 28,000. But I added Gap and all that other stuff, so it ended up being like $31,000. And I know the APR was still high. I get that. I know that. I'm going to try to pay it off as early as I can. And I'm going to try to make 2 payments a month and then pay like an extra $100 or whatever on it. And y'all, when I say I really want to pay this truck off now, because this is my 10th vehicle. This is not the 10th vehicle I had in my name. This is probably the fourth vehicle I had in my name because that other truck that I just let get repo was in my name. So I done had bad experiences with vehicles, and I paid one off and I bought maybe 2 cash cars. But yeah, y'all, make sure y'all credit straight. Make sure y'all got a good person that's financing your vehicle. But number one, make sure your credit straight before you try to get a vehicle, because that's why I messed up at. I was impatient. I need a vehicle. I just took my L and I said I'm going to pay it. So hopefully I can pay this off within the next 3 years, because I ain't trying to pay no $60K for this vehicle. All right, bye.
This is just natural selection for car dealers. Ensure this is their favorite customers right here. She said she was in need of a car and couldn't wait. She was ready to take any deal they offered her, and that's exactly what she did by accepting a 25% interest rate. That's just criminal.
I pay $699.39 for my car note every month. Do I think it's worth it? No. Am I going to keep paying it? Yes. But let me tell you why I think it's worth paying. If not, I'm still going to pay the move. I got pull start. I got a touch screen. You got to love that Bluetooth. I got a sunroof. Yeah. I have dual air. So I'm always cold. I put my heat on. My husband always hot. He can keep his air on. I got seat controls. I got heated seats, vented seats, heated wheel, and then on the passenger side. And I got a backup camera. I love how my trunk lit up by itself. I can close it with one button. And then I can crank it from the outside.
I love to see this. As I mentioned earlier, you only live once. Here's a girl that doesn't mind her car payment because she was able to get the car she wanted with all the bells and whistles. Hey, if you're going to pay a high car payment, at least drive something that's worth the hassle, right? I mean, seeing a woman excited about showing off her car and going into detail about all the options that it has was super cool. That's a dream girl right there. Alright, that's gonna do it for this one. Thanks for watching, and if you're new here, go ahead and like the video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any new video drops. Alright, take care.